Hey, hey, happy Wednesday. It's Wine Wednesday. Wine with Jen. I'm so glad to be here and drinking some wine. And I can't believe it's already getting dark outside because today was such a gorgeous day in Portland. It was really, really beautiful. And, with these cloudy days we've been having, it makes sense, but it's already starting to dim. So I'm wishing I lit all my candles in my house already. But anywho, I am here with another Wednesday wine to enjoy some wine with y'all and chat with anyone who happens to pop on and say hi. If you are here, please say hi. Just tell me you're here, and you don't have to chat with me if you are feeling shy. That's totally cool. I get it. I actually have done that a couple times where I've popped on live with other people's stuff and felt like I didn't know anything about what they were talking about, so I didn't say anything. But I think I might change that. I think I might say hi next time I'm live on someone's channel, because it feels so good when someone says hi to you, no matter what you're doing, no matter how much you know about what I'm talking about, right? So today I thought I would enjoy one of my favorite wines in the world. It's a Pinot Noir from Oregon. It's an A to Z. And it's funny because this particular one, I love pretty much any Pinot. I shouldn't say any Pinot. If it's been oaked, I'm not as much of a fan. I'm not a big fan of any kind of wine that's been put into an oak barrel, because it just leaves this oaky flavor that I'm just not a fan of, because I want to taste the good sweet grapes. I want to taste like candy, as I always say. That's when I know wine's really good. I'm like, oh, it's like candy. So speaking of candy, I do actually have some chocolate with me too, which I know this isn't chocolate for breakfast, but chocolate and wine go so well together that it kind of makes sense to me. So I might imbibe in a little chocolate too. But let's stick to the subject at hand, which is my A to Z wine. But it's funny because my hubby brought this home one day, and I've had lots of A to Z wine. In fact, they make one of my favorite Pinot Gris. And it's like one of the ones that I really, really enjoy drinking as far as a white wine goes, because like I said, I don't like oak barreled wines, and almost every Chardonnay, I swear, it's like people think that's the way to drink it, is with the oak barrels. So not my fave way to go. And but I do like Chardonnay if it's been still barreled and it's got, well, it depends. It depends. I'm very picky about Chardonnay, but I'm not a super huge wine snob either, and I don't know a ton about wine, but I do drink enough of it that I'm one of those people that knows enough to be dangerous, right? And so anyway, Pinot Noir is my fave, and Oregon Pinot Noir, they make the best, I feel like, because they don't usually put it in a oak barrel, and it's done so well. So my hubby brought this one home one day, and I was drinking it thinking, wow, this is a really great wine we don't usually buy really expensive wines just for hanging around the house drinking it, with dinner or whatever. And so I made a comment about it. And then it's funny because I went last week with my sister, we went and did a lot of brainstorming for our salad dressing business, which I'm super excited about. And one of the things that she brought over was she brought this exact wine bottle. I was like, how did you know? She said, well, I heard it was actually one of the best Pinot Noirs you can buy under $50 or whatever. I want to say it's like maybe even under 20. Like, it's not super expensive. And it's a really, really great Pinot Noir. So highly recommend it. So I'm going to pour myself a glass and do a little gabbing. My cat is in the corner. She is super hungry. We usually feed her about the time it starts getting dark. And so she might start meowing at you, just to give you a little warning. But look at this wine and the color. It's just this beautiful light red. I tend to enjoy the light reds a little bit better than the darker reds. It kind of depends. I used to really be this huge fan of like this deep Zinfandel type bold red flavor, but I've definitely come to appreciate the light candy on the tongue. I know I've already said candy, but I'm gonna say it again. I'll probably say it 5 times. Wine, so let's give it a go. By the way, you might have just heard me slurp a little bit. I once took a little bit of a tasting class. I'm going to call it a class, but it really wasn't a class. I sat down with the chef one time. I used to work for the U of O, and we did this dinner for our alumni where we sat around and tasted different wines and food that we were going to do at this particular dinner for our alumni. And so the chef, it was so awesome because he kept bringing out different tastings for us to try to see if we liked what he was planning on making for the menu. So I got to try all this food, and then he also brought out different wines that he wanted to taste with each dish, or each with which with each course. So anyway, the point is I got a chance to learn how to do proper tasting in the proper way. And again, I'm not an expert, so I'm just giving you what I was told. The proper way is just obviously you take a look at the glass, you see the legs, which basically means like, does it kind of cling to the side of the glass? You smell it, think about what it smells like to you, see if the aromas like float up to you. And then when you take a sip, you kind of let it sit on your tongue and you aerate it as it's sitting there on your tongue. And then that way you get a lot of the flavor. So it kind of sounds like you're slurping, but really what you're doing is you're kind of oxygenating the wine on your tongue. So you're tasting all of that right there on the taste buds of your tongue. Anyway, quick little wine tasting lesson from Jen. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm sure someone could more eloquently explain it to you, but I'm always the one that does the tastings when we go out to dinner because I feel like I have a good grasp on what the proper way to taste wine. And also, I have a very particular taste. And so, you know, I'm going to know right away if I don't like it. And actually what my biggest thing is I'm super, super sensitive to mold. So if it's got mold on it, on the cork, I tend to notice it right away because it seeps into the flavor of the wine like a big chunk of the time, which is why you find more and more wine bottles now with this screw top. It's really a lot more popular to have the screw top instead of the cork, although a lot of classic wineries still insist on using the cork because it's just such an old-fashioned kind of way of doing it, and it's kind of classic. And also that sound of the cork popping is pretty cool. So there's just some nostalgia, I think, with the cork. And often too, you'll notice that they don't use real cork. They're using that kind of fake cork again because it's much more likely to preserve the true taste of the wine and not be clouded by any kind of possible mildew that can grow on the cork, because the cork is a natural material and it's a natural that it's going to happen. So anyway, so again, these are little fun little facts that maybe I'll share often as I'm doing wine tasting, and I'll just share with you my experiences because I've done a lot of tastings, but then again, I'm not an expert, like I said. So definitely seek out an expert if you want someone to let you know, or if you are an expert and I'm saying something wrong, I certainly hope that you let me know in the comments below, or if you want to just correct me or tell me something new about wine, I'd love to know, because this is Wednesday Wine with Jen. So I would love to know if that's the case. So, and I thought it'd be super fun today to talk about cool sinks that happen. So if you happen to be joining me middle of this stream, that's what I'm talking about, is sinks. And by sinks, I mean like cool coincidences, cool things that happen that are in sync kind of with the universe. I just love it when stuff like that happens. I feel like I'm constantly on the lookout for cool signs. And I think it's one of those things that kind of happens to you as a writer, because we just become, all of a sudden when you're a writer, you just kind of go into observation mode. You notice somebody says something, or you notice something that somebody wears or does that's kind of a good reflection of who they are, or a decision that they might make, or something, and it just really, like, it's noticeable, right? It's noticeable until you just start making notes of it in a notebook, and then all of a sudden you just start becoming so much more observant of the world around you. And so I think part of being in that observant writer mode is you tend to start noticing all these signs that are all around us and all these strange coincidences. And so I think it's one of the most magical things about writing. And so even if you don't consider yourself a writer, quote unquote, I highly recommend that you just keep a little journal even of things that you notice that are cool. You could just journal in the morning. Like, one of the things I do is I write every morning. I write 3 pages. It's kind of morning pages. I think that was Julia Cameron who came up with that term, but I do it on 750words.com, which is 750words.com. And you just brain dump. You just, like, it lets you kind of get all that stuff out of your head. And every once in a while, I'll come up with some cool idea for a story or a poem or some kind of meaty part that I want to use in my writing. But most of the time, it's just pure garbage. Like, it just really just helps clear out your head. Like, when I'm mad about something or sad about something, it's a really great outlet for me to just, let it go. let it go and let it loose on the pages. So anyway, as I was talking about, going back to cool sinks. So last night I had a really vivid dream about pancakes. I know this is like so weird. I'm not a pancake fan even. I rarely eat them. They're not my favorite breakfast food at all. And I love it. Breakfast is like my favorite meal of the week. I just love it. And for some reason, I just woke up sort of dreaming about this place in town. I think it's called SlappyCakes. And basically, it's this really cool place in Portland. If you've ever been to Portland, you probably have heard, you may have heard of it, or if you haven't heard of it and you're planning on coming, it's kind of a fun place to go. And you go, and the tables, in the middle of the table is like a griddle. So you could basically, they come and bring you the batter for the pancake, and then you just pour it, and you make little pancakes right in the middle of the table there. And so it's super fun, especially if you have kids. Kids love it. And the food is amazing. In fact, when I've gone there before, it hasn't been for breakfast, it's been for lunch. And it was like a business meeting. And I didn't even take my daughter there. My daughter's been there a couple times on her own with like birthday parties and stuff. So, but it's a super fun, super great little place to go. But anyway, in my dream, I'm pretty sure that dream centered around SlappyCakes, and I haven't been there in years. I don't know why I dreamed of pancakes. It's the most random thing ever. And when I woke up, have you ever done that when you wake up in the middle of the dream and you don't know where you are? You kind of think you're still there. And my brain was still kind of working out that I wasn't at this pancake place. And then in my head, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm not there. It was just a dream, but I still had this like thing in my head about why it was so significant. But to this moment, I have no clue why, because it was probably only just a couple minutes later when I was like full realization that I'm at my home in my bed and not at SlappyCakes, that I have absolutely no reason to be dreaming about SlappyCakes or dreaming about pancakes. And I have no idea why that even entered my brain or why I had this whole scenario around pancakes. So it was just kind of a funny thing. So it just was like this thing that I noted this morning, and I was like, that's so weird. Like, it just like, I felt really weird about this pancake dream. So bizarre. So anyway, I go about my day and I'm working, I go to dance class and stuff. And then I was pulling up YouTube videos just for fun, and I came across one of my favorite YouTubers, Casey Neistat, who, if you haven't watched him, his videos, he's so great. He's just so great at storytelling. He's kind of known for his cool video angles. Like, he's really great at taking great shots and you know, cool angles and just being kind of creative. And he's just kind of like, just watching him talk about something silly is just really kind of interesting. He's just one of those guys, just really interesting to watch. So anyway, he was doing a video this morning, I think it was today that he did it, well, he posted today, I think, about how he went to a pancake place. He was just happened to be walking by, and he was like, oh, this is the best pancake place in New York. And so he went in there and got these pancakes. And I have to tell you, these pancakes looked amazing. They were like fluffy and like golden brown, and he like just, you know, caught a couple video shots of it. And the video like was kind of a mishmash of different stuff. It actually started out really funny. He was running in the morning, and his like 3-year-old daughter told him he should wear a pink bow when he was running. So he had this pink bow on his head. It was just really cute. But anyway, and then it like transitioned into him not running anymore, and he was like walking to his office or whatever, and he came across the pancake place. And so I was like, okay, that's a little weird. I had this pancake dream, and Casey Neistat's eating pancakes on the video he posted today. So I thought there was probably some kind of significance there. So I watched more of the video, and I realized the whole video is about him wanting to put a little bit more attention and love into his YouTube videos, because he's had some other priorities lately. He was, for a long time, that he was like really dedicated to YouTube channel, was vlogging, and then he kind of started a different business on the side. Then he started vlogging again. He's still been doing it, but he said that he went back and kind of didn't finish something. And it was a video that he had done, and he didn't really finish it. And then he felt like it was sort of half-assed, and so he kind of didn't want to finish it. But then he realized, like, it kind of made him realize, like, oh my God, I'm like half-assed in a lot of these videos, which still, for him to half-ass them, they're still pretty damn good because he's just good. But the point is that he made this big thing about how he really wanted to put more love into his YouTube channel and dedicate more to it. And I kind of took that as a sign as I should keep putting more love into my YouTube channel, because I have as many of you know, if you've been watching me, I've been doing 30 days of videos, and I had my last video last Friday. I did another video on Saturday for my chocolate for breakfast. I haven't done a video since then. I need a little bit of a break. I need to catch up on some other stuff that I have put to the side, but I have all these awesome ideas for videos, and I actually have a bunch of really cool ones that I want to do that are a lot different than what I've done in the past, and some that I've done in the past that I want to expand upon that you guys I can see that you love. Like my fancy reviews are definitely more popular. I get the feeling you guys are loving this sort of vlogging, chatting style ones too. So I'll probably keep those up and maybe improve on them because I have some ideas and I have all these topics that I want to talk about. And so I thought that was just kind of the sign from the universe, a cool sync that said to me, like, yeah, you should keep giving love to your YouTube channel. Just keep going. You know, you're probably just one, you know, video away, as they say, one song away or one sales page away from greatness, you know, you got to keep going until I figure it out and figure out what you guys love. Hey, I see Sherry's here. Welcome, Sherry, for being here. I'm so glad you're here. And it sounds like grandkids in the house and you're pouring yourself a glass. Good. Enjoy with me. Imbibe in the vino. I took that moment to take a sip because I have been chatting more than I've been drinking. This is supposed to be wine with Jen, so pretty much means I should be drinking a little too, don't you think? So anyway, the other thing about watching this cool sync with Casey Neistat's video and Pancakes randomly is that one of my ideas for a video style was based on something he did, and he only did it once. It was kind of a one-off, and I really liked what he did, and it was very like under the radar, very like barely noticeable, and I love the idea so much, and I want to do something similar. Now, of course, it's not going to be Casey Neistat style because he's one in a million. He's original. It's going to be Jen style. It's going to be like me. But there was a concept he used in that video, and what it was he at the beginning of the video had a little bit of a like I don't want to say poetry, but it was like this written thing that he was a voiceover as he had some other things on screen, and then he just went into his normal vlogging style video. And I love the concept of it. And then I noticed at the end that it was written actually by Chuck Palahniuk. And Chuck Palahniuk is a Portland author who wrote Fight Club. I'm sure many of you have heard of him. And I've had the honor of meeting him because he was also a U of O alumni. Go Ducks. Speaking of, bringing it back round to the wine tasting that I talked about at the beginning that I learned from my days at U of O Alumni Association. That was when I also met Chuck. And so there's another sync right there. I feel like that's just pulling this whole thing together. So anyway, Chuck wrote this intro to the video that Casey did, and I thought, okay, that really caught my attention because it was obviously written specifically to kind of highlight something, and it was sort of done in this sort of poetic fashion. And so I thought, well, I could do something similar because I've been wanting to do something with my my poetry on my channel. And I just haven't been trying to figure out how to do it. And so I loved this idea. And again, it's going to be different. It's going to be more Jen style, but it still made me think more creatively about my videos and my channel and all that stuff. I see someone else is here, and I got to put on my glasses to say hi. So I'm so glad there's people here. We have Jan Delask here. Thank you, Jan, for being here. I'm so excited you're here. I dance, in fact. I'm a dancer. I'm part of a local dance group called The Soul. And I also go to a local couple dance studios, but the main one I go to often is called Vega. And it's a fantastic adult studio that does like hip hop and lyrical and all kinds of fun stuff. It's a really great studio. I really love it. And let's see what else Sherry is saying. She's saying she really needs to make more videos. Yes, Sherry, you definitely need to make more videos because I've seen a couple of them, but your channel is looking like it needs a couple more posted on there. Maybe I should give you the 30-day challenge. Janet, I don't know how often you watch my channel, but I just finished a 30-day challenge. So I did a video every day for 30 days. And it was quite the challenge. It was quite fun. And at first I was worried about like topics, like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna come up with 30 days of topics? And then it turned into, oh my God, I have so many topics. How am I gonna do them all? So that's one of the side effects of this, Sherry, is if you challenge yourself to do it, you'll be surprised what you can get done. And also you feel so much more comfortable on camera. have to say I really love this live video, and I love being able to chat with you guys. So it's great. It's fantastic to have this new option that YouTube is offering. And Sherry is saying, yes, you should after your conference. Yes, you should. In fact, Sherry, just a little challenge for you. What you could do between now and your conference is you could just take different shots of yourself throughout the day. Like you see something cool on the road, you see some cool, you know, your grandkids napping. I don't know if you want to include your grandkids on the videos, but if you do, that'd be cool too. If you don't, totally cool. You could get shots of your conference, like, you know, people talking or people you're meeting, or even just you walking through the conference. And then maybe you could do something with that when you get back. Maybe not. Maybe you won't feel it, but sometimes after you film stuff, you're like, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I could make a video out of that. So if you haven't seen my video, I did a Fanta review on the red heels, the red high heels, and I was shopping for red high heels, the Franco Sarto red heels, which are absolutely gorgeous. I gotta wear them for you guys sometime. Anyway, I decided to get myself shopping out and about. So I got cool footage of just like me driving on the streets, me doing car karaoke, and just going into the shops too. And that was kind of made for a fun video. I even got like just shots of myself like shopping online, which I don't know, you know, how watchable that is, although maybe for some people it is. But one of the things I try to do is pull in copywriting too, because as you're shopping online, one of the things I always notice when I'm shopping online is copywriting. I always notice the copy on the websites and how compelling it is. So anyway, but yeah, you should totally do it and post it that day. Absolutely. Like challenge yourself to do it. That I actually went to a conference with Sunny Lenarduzzi, who you may or may not know. She's a YouTuber and does YouTube videos about YouTubing. And anyway, one of their challenges was to do a video while you were there at the 2-day conference. And so I did that. I like did a video like really quick one morning, like in half an hour. Like it was about how to write fast, because we had half an hour to write the video script and get it up and edit it. And I think I had it posted by the end of the day, I think, which now would be a little bit easier for me now that I've had a little bit more editing experience and had done it. But anyway, I love challenges. They are really motivating, and I really understood after doing that. I definitely learned a lot about like how it kind of motivates you to do it. So if you can give yourself a challenge, it's kind of like when you go I think you run too, Sherry, right? If you're a runner and you like sign up for a marathon or a half marathon or even a 5K, when you sign up for it, you've got the date there and you're like, okay, I got to train for this thing, right? It's sort of like this motivator to make you do it. And so the 30-day challenge can just like help you get it done. Jan, I'd love to know, since you asked me if I play a sport or if I dance or whatever, if you do the same, and if you have a YouTube channel, because I'm definitely have to check you out. I'd love to see if you have any YouTube videos posted. And also, both of you, if you have a favorite wine, let me know. Since you weren't here at the very beginning, I'll share with you that I'm drinking an A to Z Pinot Noir from Oregon. And it was rated as one of the best wines I think it was under 50 bucks, but I want to say this is under 20. Like, I don't think it's that expensive. And it's a really delicious wine. And it's from Oregon, and it's Pinot Noir, which is my favorite kind of wine. So what can I say, people? What can I say? So also, if you guys have a cool sync that's happened to you, whether you're here live or you're watching this on the replay, if something cool has happened to you like that, or it's kind of a strange coincidence that seems like a sign to you, that's a really cool thing that happened to me today. And I just love it when that happens. That's one of my favorite things. And I think once you start looking for them, you start noticing them everywhere. And it's kind of like, oh my God, the universe is talking to me all the time, every day. I didn't even notice if you just start paying attention to it. So I love that. Oh, good. I see some more stuff on the chat box. I got to just keep my glasses on. I might as well, practically. Yeah, Sherry says it'd be a great way to start off your business. Half your advertisers are there. Heck yeah. That'd be fantastic. It'd be a great way to do it. You could even let them know that you've got these videos up, and I don't know if it's helpful for them, you know, if there's something you could share with them on the videos that would, you know, help educate them a little bit, tell them a little bit more about what you're about. Videos are awesome to show off your personality. You know, there's so many great reasons why you should do videos, you know what I'm saying? So, and drinking wine is just an added benefit. All right, thanks you guys. I gotta sign off. So I'm so glad you joined me live. It's so great to have people here gabbing with me in my glass of vino. And like I said, if you are watching this on the replay, let me know, peeps, if you have a favorite wine, if you have a cool sync that's happened to you, if there's just anything else you want to share, let me know. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, you guys enjoy your evening and, you know, go and buy some wine or whatever else makes you happy. All right, thanks, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.